So then, we're back. We're with Antonio. Just getting ready.
How are you guys? This is gonna be fun. I tell you what, I couldn't see the tunnel until I got my nose right on it. And very luckily, looks like it's not gonna be as deep as what we thought it would be. So that's good news for us, even though we are prepared.
Both in our wetsuits today.
Our wetsuits.
Because we were expecting it to be chest deep.
Right. I'm going down the hole. Oh. Oh, here we go. There comes the man himself. Yeah. And that's away on 400 yards of flood level.
Oh, straight over the top of my wellies. This tramway tunnel was constructed in 1832, and it was constructed to serve the early coal pits of North Staffordshire. Around 8 years ago, it was re-excavated and entered for the first time in 120 years.
One interesting thing that I remember from when I watched the video is about what they call these weeping holes. Here we find equidistance. Now those weeping holes, apparently they are for draining any water that's in the terrain outside the tunnel, diverting into the tunnel. So that obviously would avoid a lot of issues with water percolation through the actual bricks and causing damage to the tunnel. I have to say, I have bought this dive light from eBay, and it's doing wonderfully for the actual videoing of the water. And judging by the silt here, I can't see any tread marks. I don't think anyone's been here for decades, to be honest.
A long time.
Yeah.
The tunnel itself was created by blasting through the gritstone using black powder. In fact, there are many intact blast marks still visible in the gritstone parts of the tunnel.
Oh wow. You know, engineering. So you've got a cut section of the sandstone and lining of bricks, how they worked it.
Just a little look of where we've come from.
And we're going to carry on. Wow, look at this.
Oh wow.
Look at the ripples of the dust. It's kind of I don't know.
That's alien like that is.
It looks like a bedsheet that's been folded over and crunched up. Yeah, very alien.
That's nice. How crystal clear the water is though, that's amazing.
Wow, that's
Most of the narration from now on is done by Underground Explorer UK, so don't forget to head over to his page and subscribe.
Again, we are coming through sections that goes from the actual brick to the actual gritstone, and it makes you wonder why didn't they, you know, why didn't they break this section? Would it be because they deemed it safe enough for not to have to use any bricks, if you know what I mean?
Have you seen the water line on the wall there?
Yeah. Now that's a good point that Vin has pointed out.
The water line.
This water line marks the original level before the explorers, the first explorers actually, as you will see in the documentary that we posted the link to, drained this tunnel. This is the original watermark. So now we would be head deep in water.
Oh yeah.
Right?
We'll be swimming.
You're shivering.
Eh?
You're shivering a bit.
Oh yeah. This
looks some interesting wall structure under the waterline. I have to say, the engineering done behind this tunnel is pretty amazing, considering how long it is. There's another one of the weeping poles with some ochre coming out of it. They were just what this tunnel needed for the natural drainage of the terrain around the tunnel and to stop water damage to the tunnel, I guess. Can you see the kind of silt? It's kind of on the surface, kind of sediment on the surface. Interesting.
that looks like a fat, doesn't it?
Yeah, like oil, does it? That
Yeah.
sort of stays on the surface, petrol or rock. Tell you what, this light is really wonderful.
It's amazing, that, isn't it?
It's £50. I need to buy some proper rechargeable batteries because this doesn't lie along with the current batteries I have. We're coming through another section, and now this is nice because it's obviously collapsed. This section of brickwork has collapsed. It's raised here, so it's very shaly, this area, so that explains obviously the collapse. It's not as solid as the section that we've been through before, and this seems kind of cold, really, does it?
Yeah.
It's very probably the poorer sort of, the shalier sort of coal, the one that wouldn't have economical value, but nevertheless it's cold. On Underground Explorer UK. Wow, look at this. It's pretty cool as well. These are kind of mud formations, ochre formations. So the mud's been seeping through the cracks of rock and depositing all the mud in the form of, you know, little columns. Interesting. Now this is interesting. This looks like oil, doesn't it? The surface. I don't dare touching it. I don't think it should be touched. But now you get the feeling of being in a cave here, because again, so the brick lining ends right here, as we can see. Wow, this is going to make a nice picture as well. The brick lining ends right here, and then it goes into the gritstone. To be honest, if I was looking at this, I would say more limestone really than gritstone, because it's quite solid. The other thing is, when they drove the tunnel, they didn't feel the need to brick lining or shoring it up because it looks pretty solid.
So what would be the reason for this being the shape it is? Because it looks like something would have been turned around here, wouldn't it?
It would have been a turning place or passing.
Oh yeah.
It would have been a passing place. So if there was a tram obviously running coal mine carts, you know, up and down this tunnel, this would have been a passing place. I guess if there was empty cars coming in, full cars going out, it's just a guess.
Yeah.
and keep going. Again, the watermark above us. We can see some of the original shot holes here. You know, one thing that the shot hole is going to tell you is which direction they drove the tunnel. So that's kind of the end of the shot hole.
Yeah.
So that's telling us they drove the tunnel from that end that we're going in.
Is that there?
And that's a shot hole as well.
Is that the clay that they would have put the shot hole in? Because they put clay in the ends, didn't they? Clay caps.
Apparently there's some I think that's more like calcified. But in some you can see the clay where they pack the shot hole in, you know, they put the, you know, the explosive.
Yeah.
Back in them times with the big gunpowder in the 1800s, they pack it with clay and the little detonator wick, I can't remember what it's called. And bang.
There you go, an old original piece of wood.
Yeah, so this wood would have been from the sleepers of the tram line. I am guessing this were from the sleepers, so this would have been laid across and the rails would have been laid on top of them. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool to know this.
Oh, that's not good.
Hey?
Me tobacco in my pocket.
Tobacco where? I'm okay for warmth, are you?
Yeah. Just I'm a little bit cold, but I've been colder when I've been camping in the snow.
Yeah. Deep breathe we go. Can't see the end of this. Obviously, if it's going to be 400 yards, we must be about half the way. You can just barely see the entrance tunnel there in the distance, about 100 yards. I'm going to watch where I'm stepping on, because there seems to be some hole somewhere. Next thing will be swimming, you watch. I can see in the distance it's driving again through the shale. You know what I think this is, right? I think the shale under this tunnel meets the limestone. I don't think this is shale, this is very much limestone.
Yeah.
So we're in two geological zones, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Where the shale meets limestone. The shale is typical of Staffordshire. The limestone is more typical, more so towards Cheshire, Macclesfield. So it would make sense. This is really lush with this. Tell you what, it's way better than what I expected.
Same here.
As I said, as they were driving limestone, they couldn't have the need to actually shore it up with bricks.
Yeah.
Because limestone is solid than anything. And looking at this limestone, there is no major natural cracks, very sort of compacted. Oh my God, what is this? Now, I will be honest, I don't believe in lifting things and touching things, but if anyone has an idea what these were used for, please put it in the comments of the video, because this actually, I don't know.
I think this is like a little bit of a museum bit, because you've got bits of wood and these, it looks like you would have put something inside that bit there and tied it on the top. I'm not too...
Would it be for electrical purpose? No, they didn't have electrics back then. But maybe like a lamp? Did they have like a lamp?
Could have been.
Would this bits of wood been hanging off? I don't know.
It's brick.
It's brick?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah, please put some comments in the video. If you got an idea what to put it, or actually know what it was used for, we would like to know as well, please. So it's interesting because the limestone is kind of turning shaly now. So, and actually look at this. There's clearly division here, right? We have limestone beds and shale beds. Can you see the different colour?
Yeah.
The whiter, the more sort of red brown, and that makes sense to make a start on the brick tunnel here again, on the lining of the tunnel with bricks, because for the purpose of keeping the tunnel safe from collapses, because shale is very brittly,
Yeah.
very prone to collapses, as we know. And again, the weeping holes there on the side, in line with the pouring watermark. And further in we go. Wow, there's some floating, God knows what. Hello? Echo? It's very echoey, very eerie, this section.
Yeah.
Echo? I tell you what, there's a very delicate straw here. It can take many years for these delicate straws. If I even blow this, like,
Yeah.
it could break. So I'm not going to. Jellyfish, yeah, that's one good way to describe it. Like little floating blobs of. It makes me wonder, is it organic matter? Could be some bacterial matter. Again, if anyone has a good guess or an idea what this could be, please leave it in the comments. It kind of looks like a jellyfish bobbing away, does it?
Yeah.
Well, it had some trapped oxygen, so it could be well organic. It's like an alien life, this. We are getting slightly deeper.
Yeah.
But look as we step,
Yeah.
all these bubbles, we've got to be careful because,
It smells a bit funny, doesn't it?
yeah, if we start smelling funky, we're going to make a way out. We don't want to be disturbing any,
I think it does smell funky.
a lot of gases.
So you see this above us here now, is this a breach in the wall where the wall's come off?
This is where it's crumbling off, yeah. So this is structural damage. Is this what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this bit in front of us as well.
Yeah. It looks like there's been some. Yeah, this is very old sort of patch that's collapsed, we could say. Now, guys, it's getting big, yes. But we are prepared. We've got our wetsuits. Look at this small very small, very old stalactites. Now these, they look dried up, so I don't think they're growing much now, these. But you can't see any humidity or percolation. But they're pretty amazing to look at. Right, you know what these are?
What's that?
That is basically bacterium foam. This, I'm going to put a bit more of a description basically on the video, but basically these are called snotites because it looks like snot. They're a form of bacteria that live on the ground and they grow in colonies. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, snotites. Snotites is kind of the nickname, but they have some more bacterial form, whatever that is.
If you look at the water line up here as well, it would have been swimming.
The water line was right up there, so there was zero airspace at this point. Man, this tunnel is crazy, isn't it?
I know.
Love it.
A lot longer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. And again, we're not gonna get too close to this, but this, you know the technical name for this? They're called elliptites. So basically, the reason why it doesn't grow straight is because the water pressure sometimes, instead of going down, it goes on the side, and it kind of zigzags. I've never seen anything quite like this. This is pretty amazing, man. That's a good place you're taking me to. I'm not sure if this is sod. It looks to be sod, but I say, it would have been originally horses drawing the carts, but was there some sort of steam trains?
Is that some handprints?
Or maybe this could have been just from the coal carts. There was no steam train here, I think we have established. It was the cars were drawn by horses, were they? Because the period of this tunnel is 1830s. So this coal, I think, could have been just from the passing of carts, coal carts, and you know, the sort of coal pieces hitting on the walls. How are you feeling?
I'm good.
You breathing good?
I keep getting the smell of egg, as if someone's trumped.
Yeah, so that's not a good sign.
No?
Right, so
Oh.
that is the end, is it?
Yeah, we can't stop here, can we?
Let's go. We can see near the end, the other end, so
Yeah.
we don't need to. I don't want to be hanging around here for too long. It smells just a bit eggy, which is not the best of signs. So. here we're beginning to see some more serious structural damage on the brick. For whatever reason, it's...
Can you hear that?
What?
Listen behind us. Hello?
Hello? Oh my god, I thought someone was talking.
I know.
Well, look at here how it's bowing away the brick. Yeah, this is as worse of a damage as you can see here. Hello? I'm totally filled on the other side. That is the end, I'm not going to be close to it. However, we feel very privileged to be able to document this. This is really something else. Like no regular people see this really. Look at these mud formations, mud and ochre. It's calcite as well, I suppose. It's a bit of everything. And far, far in the distance, you can still see the light. Right in. Shall we make our way out?
Cold.
And get a few pictures, yeah?
Yeah.
So, we're not going to film the way out.
So then guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. As you would have just seen, we've made it to the other side. Most of the narration is done by Antonio today, because two people talking down here, we're just going to interrupt each other's videos. Don't forget to head over to Underground Explorer UK. Both of us are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.
Nice one.
Don't forget to head over to the channel, drop a like and subscribe. If you hit the bell button, you will get a notification when I upload my videos. Don't forget to follow my TikTok for short videos of explores. And don't forget to head over to Facebook and Instagram for pictures.